Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the regular council meeting, City of Gulf Shores, July the 14th. I'll call the meeting to order and ask Minister Larry Wood if he would lead us with the invocation.
Thank you, Mayor Kraft, members of the council. May we all bow together in prayer. As we begin this time together, Lord, we ask your special blessings on the family of Councilman Phil Harris and his family, on the loss of his brother Spencer. We know that everyone here has come with personal concerns, and there is good hard work to be done. Hard work that has already been done by the council prior to this meeting, hard work that has been done by the citizens of this town prior to our gathering. And now we are coming together to do work with your grace, knowing that we have our own personal wishes for you. We also come as a community with wishes that you will continue to draw us together, bless us with understanding, help us to keep a long vision, and to do work that will enhance this town for generations to come. This is not too much to ask, we pray, for a Monday evening, and we do so in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So will you call roll, please?
Yes, sir. Mr. Garris?
Here.
Mr. Sinek?
Here.
Dr. Dyken?
Here.
Mr. Jones?
Here.
Mayor Kraft?
Here. Before we start the agenda, I want to apologize for having to delay the meeting back an hour, but it was important for everyone that wanted to, particularly us up here, to go to Councilman Harris's brother's funeral, which just ended in time for us to get here. So I apologize for the delay and the short notice of such, but this was important that we there for our brother up here. So thank you for your understanding. First item on the agenda tonight is approval of minutes. We have two sets to consider tonight. The first was the regular council meeting of June the 23rd.
Motion to approve June 23rd, 2025 regular council meeting.
Second. I have a motion and a second to approve these minutes as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are approved. The next session of minutes is from the council work session last Monday, July the 7th.
Move for the approval of council work session minutes of July 7, 2025.
Second. I have a motion and a second to also approve these minutes. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes are additionally approved. Next item is the approval of expense vouchers in the amount of $11,223,758.87. Anna?
Yes, sir. I wanted to note that this did span a 3-week time frame just due to having a fifth Monday in the month. Of that, $320,000 was spent on a local sponsorship for the Santa My Boots Festival. Of course, that will be recouped in our tax revenue. But in addition, we did have $246,000 of reimbursable expenses paid toward the festival. Again, will be paid back to the city in full in the next month. Our capital projects totaled $9.35 million. The largest ticket item was $7.5 million for the school, the high school, $1.3 million for the Justice Center, and approximately $400,000 for the turf project at the Sportsplex. When you back all of those expenses out, our operating expenses resulted in $1.3 million, and again, that was for 3 weeks.
Thank you, Anna. Council, any questions on these vouchers?
Move for the approval of expense vouchers as presented.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Those expense vouchers are approved. Thank you, Anna. Next time, we have three things on presentations of requests for communication, the first of which is Cindy, we've got another Triple Crown Award to talk about.
Yes, sir. We received the Triple Crown Award again for the 4th year in a row, and we've received the Budget Award for 15 years. We started filing for it right after the BP oil spill, and it gave us something to look forward to, and we were very happy to get it then, and it represents a lot of work of the staff. And the Audit Award we've received for 13 years. But when we started filing the popular annual financial report 4 years ago, we began to receive the Triple Crown Award, and not that many municipalities received that. So we're real pleased about that.
Well, thank you, Cindy. Councilman,
Yeah, I'd just like to say the Finance Committee is appreciative of all the department heads, all the staff that work so hard diligently to be good stewards of the citizens' money, particularly the Finance Department and the leadership thereof. This is something that is really unprecedented nationally, and so really y'all have all the right to be very proud of your hard work and the acceptance of this award. So congratulations. It makes our job easy up here for y'all to work as hard as you do to take care of the citizens' money. So thank you.
Thank you.
it also gives us great confidence that not just do we recognize and appreciate it, but this group also does. And obviously it shows the job you're doing. And so thank you and your staff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Next, we have 2 assembly permit applications. Grant, I'll let you take both of those.
Sorry.
Those are heavy awards.
It's heavy work.
Hard earned, heavy lift. Yeah. So we do have 2 assembly permit applications that were presented last Monday for tonight's consideration and action. No changes significantly to either of the applications, but I'll just quickly go through the applications for reference. The first application is the 10th Annual Bloody Mary 5K Run, Walk, and 1 Mile Fun Run, scheduled to take place Saturday, August the 30th at 7:30 in the morning. Before you on the monitor is the route, and the route runs from the raised area in Waterway Village, west to 5th Street, back east to 3rd, south to Clubhouse, over to 2nd, back up to Canal, and then ends at the start-finish line. The pre-race and post-race activities are all taking place at Tacky Jacks, who's one of the main sponsors of this event. The race is a certified race course. Recommendation is to approve this application. It has been reviewed by all staff. The certificate of insurance has not been received. I spoke to the applicant earlier today. It's not a problem. He just hasn't had a chance to get the certificate in our hands yet. So if we have any action today, I'd like it to be contingent upon receipt of the certificate of insurance. Otherwise, it's ready for your consideration. Recommendation to approve.
Thank you, Grant. Council, any action?
Now move for the approval of the public assembly permit application for the 10th Annual Bloody Mary 5K Run Walk.
And contingent with insurance.
And contingent with the insurance.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll second that if it's
Yes, sir.
contingent with
Second.
insurance.
To approve this contingent upon the insurance.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That public assembly permit is approved. Grant, one more?
Thank you. Yes, sir. So the next is, once again, a long time event that's been in this area, the Bike MS Tour de Beach 2025. This is a bicycle fundraiser ride for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, scheduled to take place at the end of September, September 27th and 28th. That's a Saturday and a Sunday. Most of the events take place in and around the Gulf State Park as far as all the race festivities, or the ride festivities, and where they start and stop these rides. At the Lake Shelby Pavilion area in Gulf State Park. There are 3 rides on each of the 2 days. There's a short ride, a middle ride, and a long ride, both Saturday and Sunday. I've got the loop route here. This is the short ride on the first day that is in and around the Gulf State Park area. It does jump out onto Canal Road and then back into the Gulf State Park. Second mid-ride goes from Gulf State Park a bit up on Highway 59 across until you get up into the Foley area. It eventually ends up in Magnolia Springs and returns to Gulf State Park. And then the long route is a 75-mile route, makes its way from Gulf State Park up to Point Clear and back. Then on Sunday, the short route is out and back to the Perdido Key Visitors Center from Lake Shelby. And then the next is the medium route, 42-mile route, Perdido Key Visitors Center, and then a little further in, and then back to Lake Shelby. And then the final 55-mile route goes to basically all the way to Pensacola Naval Air Station and West Beach Boulevard back to Gulf State Park. One request is to utilize the location at the Lagoons Pass Park as a water station. They would like to put a tent up on the parking lot with the restrooms there and have volunteers there handing out water. Once again, this application has been approved by all the staff and it is ready for your consideration with all the necessary paperwork. Recommendation is to approve.
Thank you, Grant. I had a question. I am concerned about the longer routes that are going to be used in the Holmes Bridge. And we do know that in September, we should be close to working on and getting ready to pave, paint it, repaint it, and stripe it, and get ready to open up the westbound lane for traffic. This is using that bridge. That could be a conflict. I would recommend if we approve it, you ought to have a contingency plan or make them have one of how do they do this if they can't use that bridge. Because if it's the same, and we don't want to delay that, the minute that the state is ready to do it, the contractor is ready to go, we don't have to delay it because of this race.
Happy to work with the applicant on that. I'll say that they have used the Holmes Bridge every year that they've had this race, riding in traffic with their bicycles on the northbound side of the bridge. And then when they return back on the south side of the bridge with no issues or incidents at this point. But I'll be happy to work with the applicant and come up with a contingency plan. If that would be a closure situation, I would think that would be something we would encourage. But if it's still an open roadway for vehicles and for bicycles, I think that they would still be able to use it.
My only concern is if that coincides with the day that the weekend that they're working on.
Okay.
That would be the concern. Not whether if it's finished, that's great. But if it's under construction, it could create a problem. I just think an alternate contingency program, at least make everybody aware, we
Sure.
may have to do something different. We don't know that. Just a thought.
I will absolutely do that.
But that's the only comment that I have. Anybody else have any comments or any action recommended?
Do you want to add that contingency plan in?
Yes, yes.
Motion to approve public assembly permit, bike ride from muscular sclerosis, looking at a contingency plan if the road work is being worked.
We'll
Second.
adjust appropriately.
We have a motion and a second to approve that with the contingency. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That ride is approved.
Thank you.
Next, we have new business, and we have only 2 resolutions to consider tonight. And Toby, you got both of them.
I got both of them. The first one, as everyone is aware, the municipal election is August 26th, and if necessary, a runoff will be scheduled September 23rd. I need to appoint one more poll worker for precinct 48 at the Cultural Center, Janelle Armbruster, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7008 as presented.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve this resolution. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 7008 is approved. Toby?
Yes, sir. The next one is a resolution appointing Spencer Cade to the Board of Zoning Adjustments to fill the expired term of Richard Lamar, ending on March 11th, 2028. Mr. Cade will be appointed as a supernumerary member, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Toby. That's resolution 7009.
Move for the adoption of Resolution 7009 and waive its reading.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this resolution as presented. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That resolution is also approved. Toby, thank you.
Yes, sir.
That is all the business that we have, to regular business that we have tonight on the agenda. We have several reports that I want to ask. Grant, you want to get the report on the sports turf? Pretty exciting.
Right, it is. Long time coming. And I think Terrence is going to help us out here with a quick little couple pictures. So over the past few months, we've been working on the football stadium conversion from natural grass field to artificial turf. So on the picture, you'll see this is an image that was taken just before we dug it up. So as I flip through these, you'll see the progress. And we did, as I mentioned prior, that we've got a time-lapse video camera that's out there that'll be able to show us how this is all knit together when it's completed. But this is after the removal of all the turf. And you can see on the very left edge of the screen around that oak tree, a tremendous amount of fill dirt had to be removed from the actual field. And they were able to put it around the area of the parking lot to help improve the parking lot situation on the west side of the stadium. And then as we move forward, more work being done. So then after they finished all the drainage and put in the fabric, they started putting gravel in different various size of gravel that will be the main drainage component underneath the actual carpet, which was just arrived today. So this is what the field has been looking like. If you've been out there to see it, they were able to completely remove everything on the infill, redo the drainage, add the material, and there was a delay for 3 weeks while the manufacturer actually knit the carpet. It comes from Dalton, Georgia, and so it arrived today. This was a picture I took earlier this morning, and this is also a picture I took this morning. So inside the truck and on the ground is the actual turf that will be going out on the field. It's a 3-week plus or minus project for them to put the carpet. It'll be completely green first. Then they come back in and they cut in all the lines, all the hash marks, all the numbers, all the logos, all the soccer lines and everything. So the first thing you'll see is a completely green field. And then they come back in and add all the different components to it. And on or about the second week of August, this is what the field will look like as we enter the upcoming football season. I think our opening game, the first game of the season is the 22nd of August. The first home game is the 29th of August. So we've got a good bit of time left to continue to do some other improvements and get the facility ready for our football season. Thought everybody'd like to kind of get an idea what that would look like and what it's looking like. And when we finish it, we'll be sure to show the whole process in one lump sum.
Talk about some of the reasons. I know we had some unsuitable material down there that wouldn't percolate. It was so mushy, we almost couldn't play games the last couple of years. But also the multi-purpose use.
Right. So, I mean, it dates back to when the field was originally constructed. There's about 6 to 8 inches of actual topsoil, and then below that was 100% clay. And so when we had significant rainfall and significant rains, that bowl would fill with water, and it was only surface drainage. There was no subsurface drainage, so the area became significantly wet, which became problems, obviously, when you're trying to play athletic competitions. That, in addition to the amount of use that our field is getting, we now have youth football, we have JV football, we have varsity football, we have boys soccer, girls soccer, both JV and varsity playing on that field. The band wants to be able to use that field for band competitions. So the amount of use on that particular surface has just gotten to the point where it was hard to keep it maintained. In a perfect world, we would have a perfect game field like in Auburn University where they play 10 games a year on it or something like that. The other time it's just sits there and is grown. But in this case, we need the space, and this will make it 100% playable at all times. It will not be because of the field that we will not be able to have any competition or use. It will only because of the weather, if there's bad weather or something happening outside of our control. Yeah, correct. The original, when you have a surface drained football field, you have a large crown or a hump in the center, so that the center of the field is significantly higher than the edges of the field, which is not ideal when you're trying to play soccer and other sports. Also, the loop drain that was inside the track where you were trying to drain all the surface drainage to, we lost 8 to 10 feet of land or of usable field space because of the dips and the depressions that we had there. So now with it being completely subsurface drainage where the water will go right through the carpet, through the gravel, into the drainage system, push itself out into the loop drain system, and then out into the detention pond. We can use the entire inside area between the track and the other side. So we now have a full-size regulation soccer field, north and south, east and west, with no slope at all on the field. So it'll be an amazing flat field for the first time.
Thank you, Grant. Any questions or comments? No, thought that was interesting. So thank you, Grant.
Yes, sir.
Anna, sales tax?
Yes, sir. Just wanted to remind everyone of the upcoming, thank you, Terrence, upcoming back-to-school sales tax holiday that will commence this Friday at 12:01 a.m. and conclude this Sunday at midnight. Just a reminder, we've made a few slides to just make sure everyone was aware of all the things that you can benefit from purchasing sales tax-free, even if you don't have any children who are school age. The next slide shows all of the, it's not an all-inclusive list, but it is, thank you, sir, some of the clothing that is eligible. Each piece has to be $100 or less per article of clothing, and that's just a summary of some of the many eligible items. But you can see things, diapers, pajamas, socks, shoes, pants, dresses, things that kind of impact us all. So it's a really good opportunity to save quite a bit of money this one weekend of the year. On the next slide, it speaks to computer and computer software and supplies. Each purchase has to be less than $750, and that includes computer storage media, handheld electronic schedulers, digital assistants, computer printers, or printer supplies. Cell phones are obviously ineligible for the electronic scheduler and personal digital assistants. Books under the price of $30 or less are also eligible. And lastly, the school supplies, art supplies, and instructional material, if they are $50 or less per item, are also eligible. So again, you could use it for your home office or just to get your kids set up. Oh, that's blue for some reason. I apologize, but that was the website to be able to access the full list as well as the ineligible items. If you simply Google Alabama back to school sales tax holiday, it'll take you directly to it. But I apologize, that is not in white.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jesse, you got something to announce opening at the terminal?
Yes, Mayor, Council. Some good news. Lulu's will be the first food and beverage provider at the airport. And so we're very excited about that. That was announced via press release this week. And right now, planning for a soft opening middle of next week. So they'll be in the same footprint that we currently have the vending machines in the terminal. So it'll be a very good upgrade and provide for fresh food and bottled soda, wine, beer, but basically a very good spread of different items as well as retail offerings from Lulu's and representative of the destination itself, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. So a little bit of everything for someone flying home.
Traffic's still good?
Traffic's very good. We just surpassed 10,000 passengers flying out, which means we had 10,000 people fly out, and that which means those 10,000 people also flew in. So really exciting, and that also unlocks our ability to gain federal funding under the Airport Improvement Program. So that allows for capital. We went from a couple 100,000 to basically 1.3 million eligibility now that we've passed that threshold. So very good, and we'll keep going.
Thank you. John Walker? John. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. I was just going to let everyone know that this week we'll begin accepting applications for our nonprofit grant program. The council did budget $10,000 for this program. These grants will be awarded twice a year with cycles in the spring and the fall. The upcoming fall cycle will begin accepting applications on July 15th. So eligible nonprofits can receive up to $2,000 per cycle. All applicants have to have services that are provided directly to Gulf Shores residents, although the organization does not physically have to be located in Gulf Shores. Couple of caveats, the grant funds can be used for project-based needs, events, or essential resources, but they cannot be used for salaries, debt service, or lobbying of any kind. So applications will be reviewed by the city and submitted to the council for approval roughly in October or early November. So we look forward to that and opening up this week and encourage nonprofits with services in the city of Gulf Shores to apply.
Thank you, John. Anyone, any other staff meeting, anything that occurred since our staff meeting this morning, it would be, you'd want to report and talk about? School?
Good afternoon. Just a couple of quick announcements. So y'all all know William Mixon, who is our band director, wrote a grant to the Morgan Wallen Foundation to provide some band instruments. And we just were notified last week that we received $39,000 grant from Morgan Wallen Foundation for percussion instruments. So he's excited and I'm excited because that's money that we really need for our band program. So excited to, and want to say thanks to that foundation. Also, I told you all that Cindy Veazey retired as high school principal, and we have promoted or transferred Tim Webb, applied for the position. He was our current middle school principal, outstanding leader, so he will join our outstanding team at the high school, and the high school will keep getting better as Cindy had him on the right trajectory. And last Thursday, we hired Mr. Jamie Hill as our new middle school principal. Jamie is a principal in Madison, Alabama at Discovery Middle School, which is a very high-performing middle school. He's been elementary principal, a high school assistant principal, so he's got a great background. And again, we've got a great team at the middle school, so we're looking forward to big things at all three schools, but especially with two new principals. So it's been a big couple of weeks.
Thank you, Dr. Ray. Appreciate it. This is the point of the meeting. If there's anyone that has anything they'd like to discuss with the council or any comments they'd like to make, the microphone is yours. Just introduce yourself and tell us what's on your mind. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Tammy Kent. I live down Fort Morgan Road, about 4 miles. I'm very confused. Do I have a representative who represents Fort Morgan Road, or are these representatives like at large?
Everybody's at large.
Okay, so if we have a particular concern, we need to call
Anyone of them.
oh, anyone, not all five.
Anyone or me.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to figure that out. The second thing is Fort Morgan Road. I'm not even going to discuss that part, but around where the fire station is, I've been driving that road, and there's so many times that no one sees that little tiny sign that has a little fire truck on it. They come barreling around that corner, and out comes a fire truck. It is very dangerous. They need to maybe have some lights that will light it.
We can work on that.
It's very dangerous. And maybe also, like West Beach has, a crosswalk going from Lowe's Landing. I don't know where they come from the fire side, but there's many people crossing over that road. Excuse me. And I don't know, I've seen many a close call.
Thank you
I would
very
really
much.
appreciate that.
Well, we got fire department rep here, and we got our
Thank you.
police department with the,
Thank
do
you
the
so
roadway.
much.
So we got, you told everybody you needed to tell.
That's
So
what
we,
thank you.
thank you for that input. Anybody else? Well, that concludes all the agenda for this evening. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
We stand adjourned. Thank you. We'll be doing this again next Monday. Please come back.